Hi class, my name is Matthew Sokol and I'm going to be your instructor for Math 131 College Algebra this summer. I'm really looking forward to working with you all, and what I want to do in this welcome video is just walk you through the course, kind of show you where everything's located and explain how everything is going to be assessed. So this video may be 10-15 minutes, so please take the time and pay attention and watch all of it because it'll answer a lot of your questions that you might have. Okay. So when you log into the classroom, this is what our course will look like. You're going to notice over here there's a bunch of different tabs. So the first one is the announcement tab. So every week I'll send you an announcement or two. Excuse the coughing. Just letting you know what's due this week, what you should be working on, and any just important other updates. I'll also post the announcements. You'll get an email from me. So just make sure to check your email regularly as well. Next, if you click here, there's this tab called Outline and Overview. And here's where you'll find the course syllabus. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to just kind of walk you through the course syllabus. So as I said, my name is Matthew Sokol. I'll be your instructor for the course. If you want to learn a little bit more about me, and one of the first things you should also do is there's this tab over here called Discussion Board. So if you click on this, I've posted two forums here. There's a general questions forum where you can post questions for me, and there's a welcome forum here. And so because it's an online course and we might not get to, we won't be seeing each other as much, I would hope that you would go to this welcome forum and just post a little introduction about yourself. So I've got a little introduction about myself, just some background, and then a picture of myself and my wife on the day we got engaged. So, I look much older now. This was taken a number of years ago. Okay, so going back to the syllabus, this should be one of the first things you should do to post to the welcome forum. My office location, office hours. So this is an online course, so if you ever need to meet with me, I can set an appointment with you to meet via Zoom, and I can send you a link for that. I mostly can meet Monday through Friday between 10 and 4. Those are the hours. My son is in daycare, so those are the only hours I'm really free. If you ever need to get in contact with me, the best way to contact me is with my email, which is listed there, matthew.sokol@sunywcc.edu. And I check my email multiple times a day, so you'll get a response from me within a couple hours. So our course website will be accessing the course through Blackboard. So if you're watching this video, or hopefully you've logged on and saw the course so far. So our textbook is going to be Algebra and Trigonometry 6th edition by Blitzer. So this is going to be accessed through MyMathLab. So you will need to purchase a MyMathLab code. If you are struggling to purchase initially, when you sign up for the system, you're given a 14-day grace period. So you should be able to access the MyMathLab starting day one, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. You'll also need a calculator for the course, a graphing calculator equivalent to TI-83 or TI-84. You can actually download a free emulator here, and it's a little bit of a typo here. You actually get a 90-day trial, which is enough to last through the course. So if you don't have a graphing calculator, you can click this link, and you'll be able to, and you can see here, you can download a emulator, which is a phenomenal tool. You'll see me when you watch my lecture videos. You'll see me load up the emulator as well. All right, so course description. This is an introduction to algebraic functions and their graphs, solving equations that involve algebraic functions, and the use of function notation. Topics include linear functions, quadratic functions, polynomial functions, rational functions, and systems of linear equations. Now, this course is designed to be a continuation course. So what I mean by that is the hope is that after you take this course, you move into pre-calculus. So what this course is going to do is going to give you a great foundation for success in that course. So I'll let you read the student objectives, student learning outcomes here. And what I have here is a list of all the topics and course dates that we'll be following. So course topics will follow from our textbook corresponding to the dates below. You have a midterm and final exam dates are also listed here, and I'll talk about the midterm and final in a little bit. But you'll see here, so our first week of class is going to be the 24th through the 30th, and we're going to cover 3 sections in the textbook here. We're going to cover section P1, P2, and P3, and I'll show you how to access the textbook in a little bit. And then you can see here I have the corresponding course dates and the sections that we'll cover. So Some weeks will be 3 sections, some weeks will be 4 sections, some weeks will be 2 sections. It really just depends on the week that we're in and the topics they go on. But we're going to be sticking very, very strictly to these topics right here. So you can see, just in week 2, we're going to cover the, P4, P5, and P6, and so on. And I'll let you read through that in a little bit more detail on your own. But what I really want to cover is your course assessments, how you're going to be assessed in the course, because that's probably what you're most interested in this video right now. Okay, so there's going to be your grade is going to be made up of the following things. You're going to have course assignments. Think of these like homework assignments and quizzes and then exams. So there's going to be 20 homework assignments in this class, each worth 20 points. Each assignment will cover 1, 2, or 3 sections in the textbooks, and assignments will be completed in this MyMathLab system. Okay, and each assignment's going to have between 10 and 20 questions, probably closer to 20 on each of them. And you can see here the assignment due dates correspond to the sections we are going to cover each week. So for example, week 1, all right, on the 30th, you have your first homework assignment due, and it's going to cover sections P1 to P3, and that's due Sunday 5:30. But then if you look here, you have assignments 2 and 3. Those are both going to be due Sunday 6/06. So what I did was I broke up these sections here. You're going to have one assignment just on these 2 chapters, these 2 sections, and then one assignment on this section. So some weeks have 1 assignment, some weeks have 2. If you look here, this week here, you have 4 assignments due. I would not wait until the due date of these assignments to tackle them. That's a recipe for disaster. So these assignments here are critical for your success in this course. With algebra, you learn by practicing the concepts. These assignments are designed to give you a chance to master the concepts covered in the textbooks and online lectures. All right, you may work ahead on these assignments. The assignments are going to be posted basically the week they're due. I might post them a few days early, but I want you to just stay on track for the week. So if I do post an assignment early, you can work on it early. I do accept assignments late, but at a 10% penalty. So if you could, even if you're a day late, you're going to lose 10%. Okay, so you can see you're going to have 20-point assignments. After completing each chapter in the textbook, so if you look up here, we're going to cover Chapter P, which is a prerequisite chapter, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. Okay, there's also going to be some sections of Chapters 8 and 11, but they're not, those are just going to be extra topics, so I'm not going to assess you on them. But so there's going to be, after completing each chapter in the textbook, you would try to take a quiz in MyMathLab on the chapter, and each quiz is worth 50 points. Okay, you can see the quiz due dates correspond to when we finish the chapter. So for example, Chapter P finishes on 6/06, so you'll need to make sure you have quiz number 1 completed by 6/06. So the quizzes are designed to test your mastery of the chapter contents prior to taking the midterm and final exams. All right, here's the big thing. Late quizzes will not be accepted. Okay, failure to complete a quiz by the above posted due date will result in a 0 on the quiz, so no late quizzes will be accepted. You'll notice that when you complete the homework, there's going to be all these helpers for you. They'll be like, if you've never used MyMathLab, I'll show you them. They're really great. They're like, show me an example, help me solve this. Those will really help you master the concepts. But when you go to the quiz, those will not be available to you. So you're just going to have to attack the quizzes without any help. All right, then exams. So there's going to be a midterm and final exam given on the following dates and times. Okay, now here's the thing. The exams will be posted in MyMathLab, but they will be proctored by me via Zoom. So you're going to have to log on to Zoom, and you're going to have to turn your camera on. It's just for me to make sure that there's no cheating going on. This is a departmental suggestion, and so I'm just trying to follow departmental guidelines. I know it's a pain, but Zoom is free to download, and you're just going to log on, turn your camera on, and I'm just going to make sure that it's you taking the exam and there's no cheating going on. So the midterm exam covering Chapters P and Chapter 1 is going to be proctored Tuesday, 6/22 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And the final exam, which is going to cover Chapters 2 and 3, is going to be proctored on Thursday, 7/29 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. If these dates and times do not work for you, you need to let me know at least a week in advance, okay? And we can schedule a time that is mutually convenient for both of us, okay? And I'll show you where the Zoom information is in Blackboard for you to access this, okay? All right, so numerical grades will be calculated by dividing the total points earned on the exams by the total points possible. So here's how the grade breaks down, okay? Your assignments, 20 assignments, 20 points are going to be 400 total points. You have 4 quizzes, they're worth 50 points each, so for 200 total points. So those homework assignments are worth 40% of your grade, and the quizzes are worth 20%. Now the midterm and final are each worth 200 points, and they make up 20% of your grade. So you're really going to have the material mastered before you take the midterm and final. And don't worry, I will post practice midterms and practice finals for you so that you'll know what's coming ahead of time. So letter grades are going to be determined using the following numerical grades. So basically, I'm just going to calculate how many total points you have. So for example, if you have 766 total points by the end, I'm just going to take it, divide it by 1,000. You have a 76, or maybe a 77%, you're going to get, a C plus right there. All right, attendance policy. With this is an online course, I'm just going to be monitoring your logins, checking to make sure you're still logging into the class. It's going to be difficult to succeed without logging into the class regularly, and you're going to be expected to log in at least 3 times a week. You should plan to log in more as needed. There's an accommodations policy and Title IX policy here for you to read on your own here. Okay, so homeworks, quizzes, and exams make up your grade. No, those things are in MyMathLab. And so let me now show you if you have any questions on the syllabus, let me know. But that was just kind of a quick introduction to how your grade is to be determined. Let me walk you around the Blackboard classroom now. Okay. So over here, in the next tab down here, we see this thing called online meetings. So when I click on this, you'll notice that I have 3 meetings scheduled. First off, I'm doing a welcome Q&A session Tuesday, May 25th at 8 p.m. So if you have any questions that are just confusing to you, or you're unsure about the class, or just want to run things by me, I'm going to load up this Zoom, and you can show up. You don't have to show up. It's completely optional, and I'll answer all your questions. So I'll start the Zoom at 8, and if no one's there, or if I answer all the questions, within 15-20 minutes, I'll close the Zoom. Then you'll see on the syllabus, I listed the midterm exam and the final exam, and you can see that they're scheduled here for the class meeting. So when you want to join these sessions, you literally just click the join button. Next, you're going to see the MyMathLab links. So I'm going to click on that. This is going to be where most of your learning is going to take place. So to register in MyMathLab, you have to click on the link in here. Okay, a lot of you might say, "Oh, Matt, you need to give me a course ID." No, this is a paired course. So what you're going to do is you're literally just going to click on this first link here, and it's going to show up, and you're going to have to go through, and you're going to have to create an account and sign in for the class, and it will automatically register you. Okay, so just to register in MyMathLab, just click on any one of these links. Okay, once you're fully registered, this is what you'll see in MyMathLab. And let me show you where everything is located. So you'll see all these tabs along the side here. This first one here clicked as homework. This is where you'll see where the assignments are posted. And you'll notice I have the first homework assignment of the class posted. So to launch a homework, you just click on it. And then you just click on a question, and you'll jump right into it. Okay, so you can see here, evaluate the algebraic expression for this given variable. Over here, you'll see things called question help. Here you can say, click help me solve this, view an example, a video, where is this concept located in the textbook. I'll let you fool around with that. Home quizzes and tests will be posted to this tab. There are none posted here yet, but there's some practice stuff here if you're interested. A good place to get some extra practice in addition to the homework is this tab called Study Plan. And you can see here, if you wanted to click and just practice on specific, like, oh, in P1, I want to practice on, recognize subsets of real numbers. You can click here. You can also go over to all chapters, and you can say, okay, in chapter 1, I was really struggling with complex numbers. Let me try my study plan. And it just loads up extra practice for you. And this stuff is non-graded. It's just for you. As you work through the course, you can click on Gradebook, and you can see any grades that you have on the assignment. Next, you can click a direct access to the e-text, but I actually like this thing called Chapter Contents. When you click on this, you can go right to, so we're going to start in Chapter P under P1, and you can see a video presentation by the textbook author if you want to. They're pretty good.
In the expression. So we have 8.
And then also you can click here to view the e-text, which you should review the section. I've read through it real quickly as we go through it. You know, they have some great examples and stuff in here. It's really good. And this is basically what's your MyMathLab will look like. It's a really great tool, and you're going to spend some time fooling around in it, and it's really great. Okay, the next thing over here, there's going to be a tab called Course Content. So I'm not an online instructor who just says, oh, just go read the textbook. So I actually record lectures for you for every section that we're going to cover. So when you click on the Course Content, you'll see I have this tab here called Chapter P. And you click on here, and you'll see under week 1, we're going to cover sections P1, P2, and P3. And what you'll notice when you click on it is that there'll be two files here. There'll be a PowerPoint attached to it, and then there's going to be a PDF that says the lecture with my notes in it. And so what'll happen is if you download the PowerPoint, you'll see I have all these videos here. Let me go to a section that has only one video though. Here, you'll load up the PowerPoint, and this is my lecture.
In this lecture here, we want to talk about.
Let me just mute it for this section. And what you'll notice is that I take the PowerPoint and I write notes into it, and I solve like a bunch of problems. So what you really should do is you should print out the PowerPoint and watch my lecture and take notes as I go through. You know, you can pause the video and try to solve the problem, and then press play and watch me do it. And then I also have a PDF here of my lecture with all my notes scribbled in. So in case you watch it and something doesn't make, you can't read it really well in the video or anything, you can see it here with my chicken scratch with my notes. And so I'm not going to dump all the lectures up there for you initially. So I'll open up the lectures probably the Thursday or Friday before the week they're going to open up, just so that we maintain a nice pace for you to work through. So that was a quick introduction to the class. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Otherwise, consider showing up to that Q&A on Tuesday, May 25th, and I'll answer any questions you have then. All right, class, I hope we're going to have a great summer together.